Let's get on to race number 5 as we welcome you back here to Marshall's World of Sport. And it's a very interesting race 5, this being the Champion Stakes, where Cousin Casey, number 9 on the card, is top of the boards. And they bet 11 to 2, almost 6 to 1 the field. So quite a competitive race. Muziyeni, who was on part 1, said to me that Quantum Theory is one of his better rides on the day, and they're hoping that Quantum Theory goes very well. Number 2, Royal Victory, is currently trading at 6.5 to 1. For Profit is 7.5. Number 5, Laguna Verde, is an interesting runner whom I think will win, is at 8 to 1. And then they've got 14 or 15 to 1 and better about the others. But let's start up in this particular event. Shall I come straight to you? Great race, talented horses. What do you like?
Well, to narrow it down, I think you might be spot on with Laguna Verde. I think that is the horse they definitely have to beat. Last time from a 12 draw, really caught the eye late, was finishing like a steam train, 24.1, has the draw in the favour. My second pick will be number 4, Profit, who finished third behind Cousin Casey on that run there. So there's not going to be a whole lot to choose between them. And I thought 12 to 1 opening price anti-post was a little bit of value. So for the swingers and the exactors. And then Quantum Theory, Royal Victory ran a cracker. All in all, very open. But you might just be on the right horse, Laguna Verde.
May well be. Let's go to Gavin Arena and welcome into the show. Gavin, who's on Green Cove. Good to have you with us, Gavin. Let's talk about this horse. I see in the computer form keeps making reference to lost cast shoe cost 2 or 3 times last time. Is that correct?
Yeah, he cost 3 shoes last time. I've never heard of that in racing.
No, neither have we.
Glenn Cotson phoned me the day after and he said, you won't believe, the horse cost 3 shoes in running. So I've never heard of that. Obviously, a horse can't run to his full ability when that happens. We watched the race over and over and couldn't see where it happened, but he had quite a smooth run around the track, and who knows how he did that.
How do you rate that horse, Gav? I mean, in this sort of company, you know these horses, so what do you think?
I think he's a very nice horse. I was hoping they weren't going to go the 1400 last time and just leave him for this mile. I think he is better over a mile.
Monty Meramuch is in the house, a racing analyst. He knows his form very well. Tamanga Kamalo's agent as well. Those who don't know, Monty does. So how Samango's been? He's been off for a couple of weeks. How's he doing?
For 8 days now, he's doing much better. But just a precaution on Tuesday, the course doctor asked him just to have a couple more days rest. He's raring to go. Had a massage earlier this afternoon. Yeah, so he's looking good, he's feeling good and ready for tomorrow.
So he's in Durban and all prepared?
Yeah, he's in Durban, just down the road here. Yeah.
Monty, this race, summarise it for us.
Okay, Clyde. I think on the day, the way I've seen it, a lot of the races, I don't see much pace in them, and particularly this race. And that makes things very interesting. I think this horse Profit, it would have been lovely to have Muzi on here now. He rode Profit last time. Profit went to the front from a bad draw, set a slow pace. Muzi dragged them along. He fought on all the way. He was taken on at the 400, fought on all the way to the line. Actually ran a beautiful race. So I think from a much better draw this time, going the mile, he'll enjoy it. I think it's Monkswood's half brother, I think it is, or full brother. So I think he'll enjoy the mile. I think he could be the horse to beat. Muzi's horse Quantum Theory has had 2 facile wins. He worked hard in his penultimate start. But I think he'll still have the edge over Laguna Verde. If you watch that race closely, Laguna Verde took a long time to get going that day. And again last time, although they did go slowly in the 1400, but he only got going late. I know there was eye-catching late progress, so everyone's just thinking obviously the step up to the mile is going to help him. But I do think Quantum Theory will still finish in front of him. Royal Victory, very interesting runner. Nathan Cotson, the local guy. He had a very good win second time out from a wide draw, and then he did really well last time in the Golden Horse. He hung in the closing stages. But he turned for home with about 5 or 6 lengths to make up. Robert Carthy switched him out, got him in the clear, but he ran on really nicely. And probably should have gone a little bit closer if he didn't hang in the closing stages. But he's a lively runner, and obviously Cousin Casey. He raced 3 wide last time, finished the racehorse, quick and well. He loved the mile. So I think for me, Profit from Royal Victory and Quantum Theory and Cousin Casey.
It's very interesting that you picked up on Profit over there. Corne Spies and Richard Farid that are going to team up from Monty's side. Golden Prospect, Sean, let's talk about that, because I couple that with Laguna Verde, and what I saw last time, I'm sure Sheldon saw, as he said, he saw the same. There was a lot of I don't know, not much luck, so to speak.
He had no type of run. He honestly, the fact that he got beaten only 3.5 lengths was actually unbelievable, because he never got going for a minute. And when I look at the 8.8 lengths at the 800 that the computer form shows, I don't think he could have been that close, because he was tailed off. And this Laguna Verde says here 12.2 lengths.
Yeah.
But we were honestly languishing at the back of the field. And when we straightened up, we found our first bit of trouble. And the last 300, I think we found trouble again. So, I can't give you the confidence, because it's an open race, and a lot of these horses have got solid chances. But he's going to come with a much better performance come Saturday. That's all I can say.
Well, you can't leave it out.
Can't
You'd
leave
be
it out.
foolish to leave out Golden Prospect.
Can't leave it
right?
out.
Yeah. Okay. So we saw something, those that didn't, as Sheldon pointed out as well. There's something going on. There was a lot of, there were a few unlucky, and Laguna Verde is one of them. River Carrares, Paul, going to love the mile.
No one's mentioned her.
No, well, now let's hear now what you have to say. We'll change our minds in a minute.
She's a very, very good filly. She's been crying for this mile. We went with a draw. We planned her to run on this meeting for quite a while now, and she didn't draw well with the fillies, but she's very, very good. So we're prepared to take on the colts. And the guys there, it's a big 6 pool. If you want to stay in, put River Carrares in.
Don't leave it out. You hear that, Sheldon?
What in the big 6?
Don't leave it out. I want to ask Gavin Larina, who he thinks he studies form well, he knows these horses. Gavin, who's the horse to beat? What
You know,
if
I
you had to
think
have a
it's
bet? If you had to recommend a bet, which would be the horse, barring Grinkov?
I think it's a very wide open race. I think any horse can win it, yeah. I do think Muzi's horse is an improving sort. I saw him in the ring last time. He's still a horse that's developing, and I think he'll get better with every race.
Okay. Quantum Theory, that's basically may well be the right one. Let's get on to the next event, guys. Talk about race number 6 on the card. We'll bring the betting up. Canton's Ransom. There's been talk about the well-being, I think. Maybe you can fill me in about Canton's Ransom. 28-10, Master Archie 7-2, Elysian Chief 6.5-1, and 8-1 about William Robertson. Big Burn, they're laying 14s if you want. And Good Traveller, you can get something like 20s as well. Captain's Ransom, I'm reading about it. What's going on?
They basically, what Justin has said, they're waiting up until the 11th hour to find out exactly everything's 100% perfect for the day. They're going to rock up there, see all the conditions are perfect, nothing's going to go wrong with her. If she takes her place, she'll be looking to atone. So there's a lot of things that have to go her way. She's obviously very, very classy. Interesting, they go back to the 1200, and she's the type of horse who could certainly do it again. She's won 2 from 2 over the distance. She has won at Greyville before, so it's not that she can't win at Greyville. Just things have to go her way. But I'm going to have to say to Paul Peter, Big Burn, 20-1, totally the wrong price when that opened up.
Yes, we got to respect Captain's Ransom, first of all. She beat us last time, but in saying that, I filly didn't like Maritzburg. The undulations saw her out. She's fit and well. She's drawn well. She's a massive runner. In fact, all 4 of my horses are very, very well at the moment. They're all drawn well. I wouldn't be able to stick my neck out, but they all have to be included in the exotics.
Yeah. Just on that note, Paul, I want to go to Gavin Larina because I want to talk about Master Archie and what he found last time. Too fast? Were they going too fast? I read Paul mentioning something about an unusual pace. So tell us about the race.
Yeah, I got an inconvenience at the wrong time in the race. It was probably about the 900, and the horse in front of me couldn't muster the pace. And there was a horse of Comnadu's. They put blinkers on. I think won the 400-meter race.
Faustina, yeah. Faustina.
Yes. So that got away, and William Robinson was right in behind her. So they got a big break on us, and I think he did very well to run second on the day.
How do you summarize Master Archie in this lineup? I mean, they're very good horses, but Master Archie's no slouch. He can turn it on.
He's a very good horse, Mr. Basil. You know what? He's my only real concern is the 1200. He is a great sprinter.
Okay, just the 12, huh?
Yeah.
Monty, let's talk about it. Can you summarize this for us? What's your opinion? You know the form well, you know these horses well. She's good, Captain's Ransom. She's a champion. Let's take nothing away from her. Your lineup, how you play.
Yeah, look, I like what Sheldon had to say about Big Burn. I think from that draw and at Greyville, I mean, she's been here as a 2-year-old, got beaten in the sales race. I think she's big value. I can't believe that she's 20-1. I think she might have things her own way in front. If you look at the horses around her, probably Muzi gets closest to her in the early parts of the race. But I think she'll run well. Elysian Chief, top horse, easy last win. What worries me slightly about him, obviously, is going around the turn for the first time. So a little bit worried there. Yeah, I agree with Gavin, Master Archie last time. That was a funny race. He did get inconvenienced and got way out of his ground. But I know it's a sprint race. Again, I don't think they're going to go flat again. So I think Master Archie will run a good race. William Robertson, last time I think if he jumped, he would have gone extremely close in the Merchants. Unfortunately, he's got a wide draw again. But if he jumps, I think he's a massive runner. Despite now going into Grade 1 company. That last run, he raced wide for quite a long time. And he stayed on really well at the finish. So I think he can make the step up to Grade 1 company, especially if he jumps on terms. And then, yeah, Good Traveller, obviously, he won the Grade 1 last season. And he came back to form last time, so maybe for the minor placings. So for me, Big Burn is value. Captain's Ransom, you got to mention her. She won a great race, racing fresh. She was very disappointing last time. I heard there were issues before the race. But bringing her back in a sprint, I think it's going to be, she's a champion filly. But I think it could be a little bit tough for her this time around.
Okay, there are going to be no lights to worry you either. Hey? It's not going to be a race run under lights, which helps her cause. And I must tell you, I spoke to Muzi about Elysian Chief, and he said you've got nothing to worry about when it comes to the turn in respect of Elysian Chief, because that's there's no issue in terms of that. Okay, that's good news. Let me talk to Sean Terry about Chimichurri Run. It won't be the first time Chimichurri come to upset a horse with lots of ability. What do you think, Sean?
Unfortunately, against my better judgment, I gave him a run in a Pinnacle Plate in Joburg, very firm ground, and he jarred up in the race, but he's come back sound and his work's been good since. And it's his last run before he goes to Stud Clyde. He's a battle-hardy warrior, and you know he could upset when it's his day. You know he's got it in him, but it's a tough race. Having said that, I agree with Monty, Big Burn. I think tailor-made for this Greyville 12. Captain's Ransom, the fact that it's not under lights, going to help her a lot.
Yeah.
These Captain Alfillies can be tricky. And when you've got a temperamental Captain Alfilly, you've got your work cut out for you. So it could be the lights that have got her beaten twice at Greyville, because she did win the Fillies Guineas at the course.
Yeah.
So Captain's Ransom, a worthy favourite. 1200, you've got to say, did she get the 12? I mean, was it her game when she won the 12, or did she just run fresh? Coming back to the 12 is not easy, but I mean, winning 11 out of 14 is also not easy. So she's pure class.
Yeah.
She's pure class. So she's definitely the horse to beat. As I said, Big Burn, and then after that, there's a whole lot of horses with chances. I definitely like Big Burn of Paul's horses.
Stay with us, Sean. I want to talk about the Gold Cup now that comes up next, and great race. Of course, Sean won it last year with Nebras. Circumstances obviously different. A very good horse progressed into a very decent horse at the end of the day, no doubt. And, well, got top weight to carry Richard Fourie. You got the three of them in here. Sean, let's start with you. We'll talk about it. And I'll ask Sheldon to help out here in terms of the questions he wants to ask too. But give us your summary. How do you see the Gold Cup unfold?
You know what? I haven't overanalyzed. The pace to me is immaterial. I don't need a fast pace. but my horses are all true stayers and they'll appreciate the fast pace, but they can quicken up as well. So I'm not phased. I'm really not phased. If there's pace, if there's no pace. You know, Richard's built up a tremendous partnership with Nebros. He knows him really well. And I don't think, you know, I can ask for much more out of Nebros in the way that he's been prepared for this race. I'm very happy with my horses. I have to lean towards Nebros, but the other two are alive.
Yeah, no surprise to anyone to see any one of the Sean Terry horses win. Pace imperative. I mean, well, imperative, you would ideally want a solid pace. Sheldon, who's going to the front?
I believe that Imperial Ruby will probably be the pacemaker, number 10 from the Cornet Spiss stable. Tailor-made, ready front runner, going to go out there, set some fractions. They usually jump out in the Marshall's Wildersport Gold Cup. They're going to go hard the first 200, jostle for position. Then I think around the turn they're going to start easing it up. And I really like this horse, number 9, Shanga. I tipped him last year on the Marshall's Wildersport panel. The guys had a good bet on him on the other race. This year when he went and he won, and at 16-1, I believe he's the value in the race. So Sean, I'm going to be screaming home Shanga for you.
Thank you.
Well, Gavin's going to be obviously the guy that's going to be riding Shango. Let's talk to you, Gav. Tell us about Shango. You know the race well. You know these horses well. What's your version of it?
You know, Shango ran a great race as a 3-year-old in the Derby. He finished right up there. I think he got beaten maybe a neck or half a length. I think he'll get the trip. He really enjoys Greyville. Mr. Terry's left him here in Durban after his last run. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to sit on him, but I'm sure Mr. Terry's got him in top shape.
Monty, your summary?
Yeah, Clyde, I agree with Mr. Terry. I think the pace, personally think that the pace won't be that great. Imperial Ruby, probably Shangani go up there. But I think the preps are very crucial in the race. If you look at Mr. Pira and Mr. Terry, they've gone for the easier prep with Nebras and Shangani. I mean, the pinnacle after July Day, as opposed to coming down for the Constellation or the Gold Vase. So they had the softer prep, and it could be the key in this race here. So, just as the betting suggests, I think Shangani and Nebras, there might not be much between them. Warren rode a very good race last time, and Shangani got to the front after about, and he dropped his rein at the 150, I think it was. And Shangani still found more. I know he's slightly out of the weights with Nebras this time. Mr. Terry is renowned, obviously, never to get them spot on one race before the big race. So there will be more to come from Nebras. But I think Shangani could be in the right place at the right time. Just probably 500, 600 meters out. Probably right up there on Imperial Ruby. And this horse has been an absolute revelation. I remember him from his early days. He made his debut late August last year. And he's had 6 wins now. Look at his record. He's run in the Champions Challenge. 5 lengths behind him, probably 5 lengths behind Sparkling Water in the race. Not far behind Comedy Dunk, over 2,000 meters. And I'm sure Mr. Pira will tell you, the further they go, this horse will probably get 4,000 meters. And he'll just keep going. So I think Shangani is probably, I side with him slightly over Nebras. Out of your league, ran 3rd in this race last year. He also comes out from the same pinnacle. I was looking at the betting and I couldn't believe it. Obviously, the bookmakers think that last run was a fluke, but he stayed on well enough. I know they didn't go hard, but he stayed with the front 2 a long way. And I know the ratings doesn't favor him too much, but he's probably 40-1 or 50-1. And the other 2
Marshall's
50s. 2.5-1 and 4-1. So I think he's got a place chance or each way chance. And then, obviously, Aragos has had a tough season, but he looks like he'll stay 3-2. Well, that July run, he probably should have been two lengths closer. He met into some interference. So, if it hasn't been too tough a season for him, which I know Mr. Dukoki, he'll get them ready. I think he could be a contender. This horse Cholima, Muzi knows the horse well enough. I think he won that East Cape Derby. I know it wasn't the strongest of fields, but the manner in which he won it, that pace was unbelievable. I think he went from the 800 being 12 lengths behind to hitting the front at the 400. His 2 runs here haven't been bad, but I think over 3-2, I think he'll probably suit Grant van Niekerk this horse. Yes, he's got no chance purely on the ratings, but over 3-2, he could be an improver.
Yeah.
The way he went, and as I said, I think he'll suit Grant van Niekerk. Probably get used up at the 600 to make inroads. I think this horse will stay on probably for a minor placing.
Okay, so we won't leave that out, the trifecta quartet. And you heard from Monty with regards to Simanga's ride, Aragosta. If not too tough a season, we'll run a forward sort of race or a decent sort of race in the Gold Cup. Let's ask Paul about Shangani now. Monty says he'll stay 4,000 metres, Paul.
Yes, I agree with Monty, but let's face it, Sean has got a very, very strong hand in the race. I think Nebros is definitely the horse to beat. He also stays extremely well. But Shangani is in a good space at the moment, and he doesn't really mind if it's a fast pace or if it's a slow pace. He's got a turn of foot. That's key to him. He can turn it on even though he stays so well.
Right.
So Imperial Ruby looks like a natural pacemaker in the race. So if he goes, it won't affect us, and if he doesn't go,
Doesn't matter.
So he's got a big chance. And I've also picked up Out of Your League, the horse that Monty's picked up. He's good value. So,
Yeah.
but my horse is very well. We're expecting a big run.
Okay, the good news, thumbs up, no stamina doubts for Shangani. I did see Fabian Habib coming at the airport, and he said to me, Out of Your League as well. So 50-1 may well be worth just including in trifectas and quartets. Let's go on to the next. This is race 8, the Champions Cup, where there's money in for Jet Dark. They're backing that from 17-10 into 15-10. Comedy Ding, we talked to Gavin about it at a moment, is currently at about 3.5-1. 7.5-1 about number 6, Al Matana. Then 8 Linebacker, who's at 8 or 7.5-1 as well. 16-1 number 7, MK's Pride. 1 Russian Rock, the same, 16-1. 25-1 the 2 Asterix. 50-1 Crown Towers, and we'll quote them all in Fire Alley, also at 50-1. Let's talk about Comedy Ding, Gavin. I want to ask you, I see clipped heels twice in the July. Where, at what stage was that?
His heels got clipped at about the 850, 800.
Did that worry you? I mean, is that a problem?
Yeah, it lit him up. It lit him up.
Tell me, Gav, about him now with coming into the July, you know, that couple of months or whatever, that his prep, etc. He's a champion, he's a lovely horse. How do you summarize? Can you topple Jet Dark? Does Jet Dark have anything to worry about when it comes to Comedy Ding? How do you see it?
I think Comedy Ding is a very good horse. Obviously a healthy respect for Jet Dark. But my horse has improved nicely from the July race, and Michelle's got him in a very good space.
You're obviously been associated working every day, or just about. I know you're up and down, but
Yeah,
you're there.
I've been up and down a couple of times. Thank goodness he's in good hands. Tristan Gordon's been doing some nice work with him, and big thanks to him.
But you're not sounding, I need confidence. I need to hear, are you confident? Is he well as you know Comedy Ding? Is he the Comedy Ding that you've had in your hands when he won the Met and he won the July? Is he that horse? Is it the same horse?
He is a very good horse. He's
Great.
a very good horse.
That's good to know. Okay, so he's alive. He's a live wire Comedy Ding. Sheldon, what do you think?
Well, tough race. This is the race of the day, borrowing the Marshall's World of Sport Gold Cup. And when you look at horses like MK's Pride, Linebacker, they've been there about. Linebacker's last run was very disappointing. Jet Dark, interesting. Justin Snaith said he took his run exceptionally well, being a horse. He's not gelded, so he's taken his run exceptionally well. And then when you talk to the Paul Peters stable, obviously Asterix Paul down to an 1800. I think this is the type of course that suits him, and the 1800 will be right up his alley.
Yes, I think 1800 will be his ideal distance. He has won at Gravel before. He's taken his July run very, very well. Let's face it, Jet Dark I think is going to be very difficult to beat. He's a phenomenal horse. He beat me in the same race last year with Catch 22, so I've got healthy respect for him. But Asterix is in a very, really good space. Then we've got MK's Pride. He hasn't won out of province, out of Joburg. He's been close up in Group 1s here in Natal, but he hasn't won. Let's hope he could break that drought. But I think my horses are both good place prospects.
There we have it. So Paul Peter likes his 2 horses for the place bets in it, thrown to the trifectas and quartets. Jet Dark, a big runner, and Kometi Dung, the way he galloped, he's going to come back to his best.
And I noticed, Paul, just whilst talking about the Asterix in the July, there was a battle on for the lead with one of the Janssen van Vieren horses. I can't remember the name. Was it second bay?
Pietro.
Motanzana, okay.
Puerto Manzano.
Raymond was on the one, and there was a sort of like a duel as to who will go to the front.
Yes,
That
there was
must have hurt him
a
bit.
lot of cutting throats, and
Yeah.
we came from a bad draw. So I think for him running just 5 lengths off them, it was an excellent run. So look for the improvement. I think a good place chance.
Monty, can Paul win this, or is it Gavin or Justin Judge Jet Dog? Which one?
I think, Clyde, this is the race we don't have to worry about the pace. I think, obviously, Justin's taken care of that with Crown Towers. So, we're going to get a 2-run race. So, what's interesting for me is the July form. Most of the horses that have come into this race here, it was a tough run for them in the July. And Mr. Peter's horse, MK's Pride, after that Gold Challenge performance, I think it was a top performance. From that draw, Muzi had him up there. He fought all the way. I know those other 3 beat him in that last 50 meters, but he hasn't raced since that run. And the 3 of them, Al Mutana, Jet Dog, and Linebacker, have had all those tough runs in the July since. I think that's crucial. I think a little bit of value that MK's Pride. Mr. Peter gives it a place chance. I think he can upset. He's got the class. He's run up on the high felt in that Champions Challenge. He raced wide that day, and he fought all the way. It was a strange race that when Asterix was behind Savannah Storm, but he fought all the way for Muzi. I think only in the last 100 meters did he give in there. I think the 1800 won't be a problem. He's freshened up now, and he's a fit horse coming into this race. I think he could be a dark horse. Obviously, huge respect for Jet Dark. Very good run on July day. And Al Mutana will prefer now the fast pace and the 1800. Linebacker, very little went his way that day. But the fact that Mr. Marshall has brought him back so soon all is well with him. On his Gold Cup, Gold Challenge run, on his Gold Challenge run, he's a massive player. So, yeah, it's a tricky race, but I think MK's Pride,
The value.
could be some tremendous value. Eh?
Let me get a comment from Sean. I'll just get your opinion, Sean, on the race. Because, again, you know these Group 1 horses very well. What if you had to have a first choice, what would it be?
Well, Gavin's comments worried me. So, Kometi Dung, for me, it was a bold move to come into the July after a bit of time on the farm.
Yeah.
And it was a good run. So now, I'm sort of saying, I think it was going to be better this time. My
Yeah, your
opinion.
first
I know
choice.
nothing about their preps and if the horse is right, if it's not right, but I think it's going to be fought out between Kometi Dung and Jet Dark. And if Gavin doesn't pull the trigger early, I think Kometi Dung is the horse.
There we go, Kev. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Kevin Arena. Kometi Dung may well be the right one. Let's go to the 9th. Marina, they're talking about this. Marina, Candice Bass, I saw her yesterday. Asked her, she said their best is Marina. So they're quite confident about a win. 12-10. Second choice, Pink Tourmaline at 7-1. 12 Sprinkles is 8-1. And 14-1 and better about the others. Monty, can we bank a Marina in the pick 6?
Yeah, I think on ratings and on that last run in the Garden Province, I think going over a best trip now, she does look like the bank on
The right one. Paul, how fit is your filly in the race, Sprinkles?
Yes, no, she's had enough work. She's fit. She had a tough Joburg campaign. The 2 legs of the Triple Tiara and then the Princess Charlene Empress Club race. We brought her down for the Willhavington. She ran a cracker. We've taken note, we've taken the blinkers off. We freshened her up, but she's fit and she's well muscled. She looks very, very well. Obviously, Marina's a horse to beat. especially after that Garden Province run. But if she drops the ball, Sprinkles will be
So
there to
she's
pick
fit
her
and
up.
well and alive.
She's
eh?
very, very
she can
well.
run Marina over.
Well, we're hoping, but she's working better than she's ever worked.
What do you think, Sheldon?
I'm bankering number 10, Marina. Marshall's World of Sport, they're going to have their price boosters so the guys can get on. I know she opened up 2-1, shortened down even money. Maybe you can press them for a bit of 14, 15 to 10. I think she's very close to a banker. If she fluffs her lines, then you can take your pick after that.
Gavin, let's talk to you quickly about your idea, Keep On Dancing, to give us some sort of opinion, what you think.
Yeah, I think she really enjoys Greyville. I asked Wendy to maybe take the cheek pieces off, and we're trying the blinkers this time. She's a 5-year-old mare, she's getting wiser, so hopefully the blinkers will just change her mind a bit. She's got the ability to run a good race, but I think Marina is going to be very tough to beat.
Okay. And Sean Terry, of course, has got Victoria Page in the race. She's at any price. Sean, is she a trifecta quartet horse, you think?
Yeah, since Summer Pudding broke her heart in the Phillies Guinea, she's battled. You know, she hasn't got that bold black type. It's probably her last run if I don't back her up the following week before she goes to stud. We're taking an absolute chance here, Clyde. Marina looks the right horse to me, and Sprinkles to chase her home.
Okay, so Marina may well be the right one. I think that's pretty much the summary of our preview here tonight. I know we do have a 10th race on the card. Is there anything in particular you want to ask anybody about the 10th? Or
I think the 10th, if you haven't made money by then, take out a loan.
if you haven't made money by the 10th, you're in trouble. But if there is a get-out horse, I don't know. What's this horse? Isi Vunga Vunga?
Isi Vungu Vungu.
Yeah.
And there's a horse called Mount Pleasant. That's at around 12.5 to 1. Let's just have a quick look at Mount Pleasant. Muzi Yeni did ride him in his penultimate run. Muzi, Mount Pleasant, on his best, he can win this race. Very difficult horse, but on his day he can win. So at around 10, 12 to 1, thumbs up.
You know, I've been seeing in the hotel, there's the Nivenazens. They're in full force, Anna Capri. I'm just telling you
Lots
so
of
that you
money
know.
around.
You know, Anna Capri. So
She's a top class filly. She's got a lot of weight to shoulder. She doesn't have the best of draws, and the race doesn't look set up for her. There's a lot of speed in the race, so if she takes to the poly, she is a good filly.
might just be. Cassie Verno, Paul.
Yes, she's a lovely filly, this. She's not drawn ideally, but as Gavin said, there's a lot of speed, and she doesn't mind coming from off the pace. She should give a pole showing if she takes to the poly there as well.
Okay. You asking Mosey about the other horse. Meantime, he's on Vasimi. He thinks he can win it.
Now, ask him how you rode the horse in the penultimate run, so
as
now
well.
we'll see, we're going to see what we can do.
What they can do. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've got answers from everybody now. The 10th. We've got slides for you guys. We're going to put those up for you. The weighted to wins worked out their pick 6 with race number 4. So you can take all of that on the screen. That's your first slide that we're going with race 4. The pick 6, the boys have worked out, the weighted to win team being Daryl Marie and Darren Burrows. It's the same pick 6 they've worked out for everybody, and that's the recommendation. If you don't know, they are bankering Marina, and I thought they would bank a Jet Dark. They said definitely not. We're putting Comedy Ding in as well. So we've got confirmation on that. They've also, of course, worked out the jackpot in race number 5. Remember to hold your camera up to the bet of race 5 and work that out. Get those bets on. In terms of the jackpots, we've also got, after race number 5, they've naturally calculated what you need to do in race number 6. They've also done the same for race 7. So we'll put those up for you, races 4, 5, 6, and 7. Get your phones ready, get the camera out, and of course you can fire away at those selections. And that's pretty much the team. I know, thank you so much to everybody for being here. I would like to thank Rachel Venica, Muzi Yeni, Gavin Larina, Monty Merimutu, Sean Terry, Paul Peter, Sheldon Peters. It's been an absolute pleasure being with you. I think we have a question from the audience on the floor, and I'm not exactly sure who's going to be asking the question. Is there one question that you'd like to? The microphone is prepared. There we go. There's the gentleman in the middle, right here with the wearing the hat. He would like to ask our team a question. Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. I see you like Durban.
We love
and
Durban.
of course, the Gold Cup is the big race in Durban. Remember, over the years, it is always a bottom weight that wins. But this year, I see you're talking about Nebraska and the other horse with 59 on its back.
Yeah. Interesting, you're right. The weights are always a very important factor at the end of the day. And nobody better than Sean Terry can answer that question for you,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, so you see that there's a 6 kilo spread in the weights, am I right, Monty? So the weights are compressed. It's not a true handicap. So the bottom weights are actually under sufferance. Most of them are out at the weights. I don't want to put you off. You study the bottom weights and you may find the right one, but they're still under sufferance. And the higher you go up the weights, the better weighted they actually are. So even though Nebros is carrying top weight, he's actually the best weighted horse in the race.
That answer your question, sir. Thank you. Okay, is there one more? We can take one more question, and then we're gonna call it a night from here. Is there anybody else who'd like to ask these gentlemen a question here this evening?
Straight line pick six.
Is it a straight line? Can we get a straight line pick six? You want one, sir? We can bring you in. Yes, where's the microphone? Just down there. The gentleman wearing the white tracksuit. Let's get a question from him and see what the guys have to say.
How's it, guys?
Good evening, sir. Thank you for coming.
I see you guys didn't say anything about out of your league. What do y'all think about that?
No, there was reference to out of your league. They do like it. Monty made reference to it in particular. He thought it's got to have a chance. Monty, out of your league?
Yeah, I did think so. Basically, on that last run, he wasn't far behind Shangani and Nebras. And he ran third in the race last year, so...
And he beat Shango in the Derby at level weights, and now
Yeah.
he's getting 3.5 kilos. So
Yeah.
he is definitely a live wire, although he is worse off with both Nebros and Shangani. So definitely a nice outsider. And just one horse that Muzi may have forgotten about is the horse in the last race, Basim.
Yeah.
That looks like it's been teed up for this race. And that has got plenty of pace. And if it enjoys the poly, it might be a nice value quartet, trifecta, swinger horse. Seen that Muzi kept quiet about it, maybe.
No, I don't think he did. But he liked it. Vasim, number 7, right at the back, is 14 to 1, so that you know. With the Marshall guys, number 7, Vasim, 14 to 1 is the current offer. Out of your leagues, 50 to 1 to win the Gold Cup, but it's 6 to 1 to run a play, so it may well be worth, if you do like out of your league, to run a drum. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate. We are going to wrap up now this panel discussion. Thank you all for your time. Trust it's going to be a fabulous weekend. And as always, may the best horse be with you.